changing lives.
Hello, good evening, my lovely viewer and family. It is so much of a pleasure to me when it is Tuesday and I have to come into your homes. I am so delighted because it gives me the opportunity to know how you are doing. I am good here, and I'm sure you're also good wherever you are. If you are driving, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. On all our social handles, you can join us. If you're at home, why don't you call in that your neighbor, your friend, your children? That time, Mason, it is time. It is Love at Home. On Love at Home, our interest is to help every family to prepare themselves, being to raising children, being marital issues, whatever it is, so that we prepare ourselves to meet Christ in His soon return. It is my interest that here we learn, unlearn and learn, because no family is perfect, because we are preparing ourselves. I am Efia Sewa Mansa, and today I have a very wonderful family. Let's go for a quick break, and when I come back, I shall introduce them to you, and you know them. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Thank you.
A perfect marriage is just two imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other. As we end the year, it is a great opportunity to rekindle the joy in your marriage. The One Garrison SDA Church invites you to the end of year couples dinner dubbed The Joy in Your Marriage. Date 2nd December 2023. Venue One Garrison SDA Church, Michelle Camp. Time 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Guest speakers Pastor Kenel P. N.K. Dodu and Pastor Emmanuel Dixon. Come and deepen the joy in your marriage with some great secrets. See you there.
Life can be challenging, and sometimes it's hard to find hope even in the midst of difficulties. But even in our darkest moments, there's always a glimmer of light.
The Adventist Church, mission-driven purpose, and Hope Channel brings to you Living with Hope,
A 9-day transformation Bible lecture series. Keynote speaker, Pastor Kojo Chumesi. Health, wellness, Dr. Kennedy Donko. Marriage and family life, Pastor Samson Chumesi. And empowerment development, Dr. Kofi Chumesi.
Come to you live from the Penkwase Adventist Church. Living with Hope. 9 days of transformation and empowerment, starting on the 1st to 9th December 2023, 6:30 p.m. each night, live in all Seventh-day Adventist churches and so on Hope Channel and its social media handles. Share the word, tell a colleague, invite a friend. Living with Hope.
Thank you so much, and you are welcome back. You are watching Hope TV and you are watching Love at Home on Hope TV. Thank you so much for not leaving the dial, and you are welcome once again. Today is a special day because it gives us the opportunity to have families to share their stories with us. Today we have the family of Elder Esso. They are here. It's a wonderful family. I bet you can't afford to miss them. Call in your friends that it is time. I want to give special greetings to Pastor F.T. Beidu. You see, I'm in love with Love at Home. And thank you so much. We also love you. Another greetings to Mrs. Queen Mbwache. She doesn't miss this program. And so, Madam, thank you so much for always sharing Love at Home. Thank you so much. You can also be a member of Hope TV by just sharing, subscribing, and liking our programs. Thank you so much. Now, let me quickly go to my guests for the day. On my far left, I have a very beautiful woman. Mom, Good evening.
Good evening.
Ah, I love the smile. How are you?
Good.
And your day?
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
So who are you?
My name is Loretta Imchiwa Esso,
Okay.
and I'm a medical laboratory scientist.
Okay.
Currently, I work with the National Public Health and Reference Lab as the deputy head.
Oh, strong woman. That's good. So I hope your day was good, or it
Yeah.
was stressful.
It was good.
It was good.
As compared to other days.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah. You're welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Beautiful lady. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Elina Makwesu.
Elinam.
Yes.
What's the meaning of Elinam?
God is with me.
God is with me. That's powerful.
Yeah.
What class are you?
I'm in JHS3.
JHS3. So you are now a senior. Ah, you. Okay. So I have a fine gentleman there. Who are you then, my dear?
My name is Etonam Kabla Esu.
Etonam Kobla Esu. What's the meaning of Etonam?
God has answered my prayer.
I think I can relate. I think I can relate. God has really answered. Mr. Etonam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How was your day?
It was good.
Class and school was okay?
Yes.
All right. You're welcome to Love at Home.
Thank you.
Beautiful woman, lady in red. Your name is?
Makafui ama Esso.
Makafui Ama Esu. The meaning of Makafui?
I'll praise God.
I will praise God. Wow. I love your names. They are sermons, you know.
Yeah.
I love your names. So, lady in red, Makafui, thank you for coming. You're welcome. Then the man in the house. Please, who are you?
Thank you very much, Madam Ifiasewa, for inviting us.
Thank you.
I am Thomas Kwesi Esso. So we worship at Odoko SDA Church. So I'm also an elder at Odoko SDA Church. But currently I'm not a serving elder, but I'm an ordained elder for the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay.
I'm an accountant by profession. I do investment banking also. And then currently I am into pensions. So I do a lot of
pension funds and all that.
Yes, so I'm now an advocate for the pension trustees in Ghana.
Okay.
So I speak on behalf of the pension trustees and the pension contributors in Ghana now.
Okay.
So that's what I do currently.
Oh, wow. Okay. Based on his profession, I have lots of questions for you, madam. So you are all welcome, and I thank you so much for coming to Love at Home. Here we learn and unlearn. This is not to say that your family is the most perfect. We are going to learn from each other. That is why we are here. So let me start with you, Mami.
Yeah.
This fine man is your husband.
Yes.
With all the men, why him?
I'll tell you a funny story.
Uh-huh.
We're all, let me say, youth at the Odoko SDA Church.
Hey!
Yes.
I see.
So I saw that he started making advances. And I was like, this guy is bothering me.
Oh.
And funny enough, I stopped going to Odoko Church for 2 years because of him.
Hey, I didn't know this. So.
He didn't know this.
Okay.
That's
But
interesting.
remember.
That's interesting.
Because anytime I get to church, this guy will bother me.
Ah.
So I stopped.
Can you imagine?
For 2 solid years.
Oh.
Then I came back. Then he started again. But
You see, so he was waiting for you.
yeah. I was dodging him.
Yeah.
But what God proposes,
Yeah.
no man can.
Yeah, that is
dispose.
true.
Yeah.
That is true. So what are some of the qualities that you saw in him that you accepted to be his wife?
He was God-fearing and hardworking.
If you say hardworking, what exactly do you mean?
Whatever he puts his mind to, he makes sure it is accomplished.
Okay.
And he's not the lazy type. You know, some guys don't like working, but he doesn't take his job for fun. He's always serious about his job and other things, in church work.
Okay.
So
for you, those were some of the things that you were some of the criteria that you used to accept it, accept him.
Yes. And he told me he was a chartered accountant, but I didn't understand that.
Okay.
I just saw him as an accountant who is working. That's it.
Was that
so
chartered or not chartered?
No. So later on, he explained to me. I was like, wow.
Oh, okay.
Is that what that means?
Okay. Okay.
Because I am in the health profession.
Okay.
So all I know is about health.
Okay.
So that's how it happened.
Daddy, so you've heard it here for the first time.
Yeah.
That because of you, we nearly stopped.
We nearly lost the soul. but I think I really can relate with that also.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think she got lost, then she came back again. And when she came back, I remember this time I have to know where she works. So even though she was working at the reference lab Kolebu, she does locum at Quest Medical Quest Laboratory or Medical
around
Center.
Kolebu.
Around Kolebu.
Now I'm at MDS Lancet.
Okay.
So I got to know that. So when I close from work, I intentionally passed through Quest there.
Another wahala in job.
Wahala, yeah. I mean, as for this job, when you want to do it, you have to do it very well.
Diligently and well.
So I mean, that's where, I mean, we started talking, and then, I mean, what God is going to put together, He has to come on.
So what is so special about her?
Well, she's very hardworking, because at that time, when she closes from Kolebu, she goes to work at Quest again in the evening, and sometimes closes around 8 o'clock. Yeah. So I remember sometimes I will even wait for her, and then we'll go and drop her, you know, this job, maybe take her to her house. She stays around Nungwa, or sometimes I'll push her.
You mean from Kolebu to Nungwa?
Oh, yes.
Hey, why are you, Juma?
Oh, it was a good job, and it was worth it, you know. So, and I realized that she was hard work. When you're talking about her work, the passion, you know, work is not just about money, but you see the passion and the interest of what she's doing, and the way she speaks about it, the way she talks about it, sometimes the way she complains about it, you could really feel that this is somebody who is passionate about her work. And like she said, I'm also very passionate about anything that I do. So when I saw that also in her, I knew that, yes,
we are going to click.
Yeah, we are going to click. I mean, we're not going to have one lazy person at home. We are all going to be very hard-working people at home, and that was one of the things that I really looked at. I mean, when it comes to beauty, I mean, you can see it.
She has it all.
She has it all.
Yeah.
I mean, for beauty there, but you can have somebody who is pretty and beautiful, but will be very lazy, and at the end of the day, you don't know what the beauty is actually for. But this is a woman who is very pretty, who is very beautiful. Above all, she's also very hardworking, and I think I love that about her.
Now, Elinam, do you do morning devotions or devotions in general at home?
Yes.
You do? When? What days or what times do you do them?
Well, it's actually every day, and the time depends on sister. Because we are in JHS3. By 6, we have 6:30. You have to get to school.
Okay.
And we wake up at 4.
Okay.
So if we say we are going to do devotion in the morning, we are going to sleep in class. So it's better. So if we do, so we usually do it in the evenings.
In the evening when you had returned from school.
Yes. We finish everything and we are maybe ready to sleep.
Okay.
Then we do it.
Then you do it.
Sleep. Yes.
Does it bother you?
To do it in the evenings.
Yes. Or the morning devotions, I mean the devotions at all. Is it a worry to you?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like I have to know more about God.
Okay.
And so I have to also use to improve my life. Yes, and move forward.
And move forward.
Yes.
That's great. Now, Makafui, when you are giving things to do during your devotion. How do you go about them? Are you enthused that you've been given the opportunity to know more about God, and so you need to deliver to your family?
Yes, I am. Like, for example, like, they give me like a Bible verse to like explain. Yes, so I go over the Bible verse, then like I bring it to everyday life. Yes, for everyone to understand, especially Eto. Yeah.
Why him alone? Makafui. Okay, you go ahead.
So, yeah, I make it practical so that everyone would understand, and it helps them like learn, including me, learn more about God. And yeah.
Now, let me come to you, madam. When you are waking them up, especially during the days that you will not do the devotions in the evening, I'm sure maybe during weekends you do them in the mornings. How is the feeling like? Are they happy to do, or they'll be sleeping, and so you find it tough to wake them up? How is it like?
I make sure they sleep early.
Okay.
By 8, I'll be sucking them to sleep.
All right.
So most of the time they wake up on their own.
Okay.
It's just some few days, especially when it rains, you know how the weather.
Yeah.
That's when you have to wake them up.
Yeah.
But they wake up on their own, so
they try and prepare for themselves.
Yes.
That's good. Now, Etanam. I love your smile. What is your best meal? What food do you like?
Please, local.
Local. I didn't hear what you said.
Is it local or?
Any meal.
Pizza.
Pizza. Do you know how to prepare pizza? You don't know,
No.
but you love it.
Yes.
Okay, so your assignment is that you go and learn how to prepare pizza. Anytime I meet you, the first thing is that you're going to show me how to do it. Okay?
Okay.
Well, so what chores are you able to do at home? Because I can see you are the only fine guy here.
Most of the every Sunday morning, I sweep outside the gate.
Okay. Then what do you do again?
I help my sisters when they are washing.
Wow. So you know how to wash? Or you are learning?
Yeah, I'm learning.
Okay. Then what again?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. So you sweep, then you wash. Now, let me come to you again. He's the only fine guy. Why are you allowing him to be working? Is it not supposed to be for the girls? Why no?
He has to help his wife out in future.
Ah.
I've been fighting him always. When he eats, he doesn't want to wash his dishes. I force him to wash. He cleans his room too. He forgot about that. I told him if he maltreats his wife, I'll take the wife away from him because she's my daughter. So sometimes when we argue, he'll cry and say, "You, I'll take good care of my wife in future."
Hey.
That is spite me.
I understand.
So what the girls are doing, he has to also learn how to do it. What if he finds himself outside this country where there's no one to do anything for him? Who will be doing it for him?
Yeah.
He needs
So
to
you
know.
must learn.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, Daddy, what set of values have you set for your family? Do you have any?
Yeah, so thank you very much. I think in bringing up our children, something that we want to impart with them is the fear of God. It is the first one that we want to impart with them. And so even at the days that we are not able to have devotion, we'll pray together as a family. So we never leave home, step feet outside the house without praying together as a family. If, we have to go out. So that is one thing, because it's good to love God, to fear God, and even to understand God. You know, the understanding part of God is the most difficult thing for everybody. Because if you don't understand why maybe God hasn't answered your prayer yet, and then for that reason you are not patient, you may lead yourself to do other things that will be very, inimical to you. So you need to understand God. So that is the first thing that we try to impart to the children, and I think they've confirmed them themselves. And secondly, to be hardworking. So they are telling you, and especially me, I like to go out to work on Sundays, and when I come from the gate, when I'm entering the house, I'll start doing my inspection, because they have to be very hardworking. And like my wife said, you don't know where you're going to find yourself. I used to wash my own things. I think I started washing my things before age 10. So I know how to wash. At the end of the day also, I used to help my mother also at the kitchen. So my wife will tell you, I know how to cook also.
Wow.
And some of those things, when I was single, cooking was not anything. It was an act. It was a hobby. So it's something that we also want them to take after us. Apart from that also, they have to be disciplined. Discipline. Because if you are not disciplined in this world, the world is moving at a fast pace that if you are not disciplined and you are not focused, you are not dedicated, you cannot be in the competition. And then, above all, respect, to be respectful.
Okay, so you mentioned hard work, discipline, and respect.
And then the last one, time. To be able to observe time consciousness. So, now, I'm so happy they're able to wake up on themselves. Initially, we used to be calling them, and I do the calling, Etonam, Elinam, Makafi, Elinam. But now, by the time we even open the door, Ellie is up, Makafi will take a bit of time to get up. Ellie will be up, Etonam then. So, that's all part of it. And now they have to be able to get to school by 6:30. So we all do our things in such a way that by 6:30, we have to be in school. If you look at my profession, time is money. Yeah. That's why we compete time value of money. Yeah. Because if you have time and you utilize it very well, you make money out of the time. So they need to respect time. And it's one of the value that we want to impart to them also.
That is great. Now, Madam, you are working. So I see you're a career woman, and you are a wife. You are a mother. How do you combine this huge responsibilities, these three huge responsibilities?
I plan.
If you say plan, what do you mean?
I know I have multiple tasks ahead. So I think through, then plan. What am I going to do when I'm home? What do I have to do so that I'll lessen my burden? So when they were little and they didn't know how to wash, I washed 3 times a week, so that by Sunday, the burden is lessened. Yeah. Yeah, and at work too, the same. I plan my work. And I'm the one who used to run the measles samples, the whole Ghana. Okay. I used to run it. And I know I'm the only one running it. So, and I run it once a week. So I plan. I do the necessary preparations. If I know I'll run it on Wednesday, I'll do the necessary preparations from Monday. Okay. Then Wednesday I run it. Then the following day I do the reporting and things like that. So that's what I do.
So you said you plan. Now let's bring it home. What are some of the plans that you do at home that enables you to be able to work outside the home?
Yes. You know, taking care of kids, you see their age difference, especially the girls. It wasn't easy. Yeah, they were like twins. Yeah. So sometimes when my husband is less busy, he will bath them in the morning before school and things like that. Then sometimes, as he said, he cooks. So if he does those things, I'm fine. But if not, then I'll start small. Like before morning, I have to pack their lunch, like their snack bag, pack their school uniforms, their underwear, everything with their shoe polished down before the morning.
Yeah.
So when I wake up in the morning, whilst he's bathing them, I will be in the kitchen preparing breakfast for them. Then fast, we move.
So you see, from what you have just said, you are trying to teach us that your husband has been very, very supportive. So he's not the kind of husband who will say, this is for women, women's job. But then the woman alone will be doing everything. He supports you, takes care of the children, sometimes helps at the kitchen and all that. So to our fine gentlemen, please support the women. If you want your woman to grow well and be beautiful and still be attractive, support him. And to you mothers there, don't leave the boy child alone. He must also learn to do certain home chores so that it will help the family. Then there'll be happiness at home. Now, Daddy, what food do you like best?
Hey, I think what I like best, I like a lot of food though. Where I come from, I mean, you can't go wrong with banku and okra soup. Because, I mean, a typical Ewe man and a Tong man also. You can't go wrong with banku and okra. Aside that, yes, the usual fufu. I mean, it's also the fufu and rice soup, plus either the ponchi or the tilapia or the dry fish. They are there. And honestly, I like a lot of soupy foods. Yeah. So the granite, the palm nut, the light soup.
And you know how to prepare all these food you are mentioning?
I do.
Okay.
I mean, when I was a spinster, or a bachelor, I remember I used to cook and my cousins and my brothers would come and eat in my house. Yeah. So Sundays, I mean, after we've gone out to play our football, come and cook, we all eat together. So for food here, because I like food, I learned how to cook it so that I can enjoy it myself. So yes, these are the food. I mean, I like a lot of local food. I really like local food. Yeah. And then let me just add to what my wife said. You know, it's not easy. Let me say that giving birth to 3 children, we've never had anybody to help us at home. Wow. So all the 3 kids. And I would say that, like, I used to work, even though when I'm home, I try to help. But most often, maybe I don't close early, or maybe I may be somewhere else doing other things, church work, etc. So even though when I'm home, I help. A lot of the times, she was doing them. Yeah. And that was very fantastic. And sometimes when I come back, I look at her face. You can see the face that this woman is very tired. And I want to give it to her. Maybe that one she did.
We give it to you.
Maybe 80% of all of them.
God bless you, Mommy.
So she's very hardworking. And these are some of the things that when you look back, then you really appreciate the union that...
We appreciate you. God bless you.
And I appreciate her a lot. I mean, she's saying, I see her as the best biomedical laboratory scientist in Ghana. And I've been telling her, I mean, when I want to celebrate her, that's what I do. The best biomedical laboratory scientist in Ghana. Yeah. She's so passionate about her job. And especially during this COVID time, I mean, I don't sleep. I have to wait for her till she comes. And she was a front runner. Yeah. Her laboratory was doing the COVID test. Yeah. And the results must be given in 24 hours. And she has to be in the office standing on her feet for more than 12 good hours. Sometimes she comes home after 12 midnight. I mean, for like how many months? So like for 4 or 5 months. Like, and when she comes, open the gates, she gets out of the car. Sometimes she has to stand on the, lean on the car for maybe
to distress for a while before she can move.
10 minutes before she can move. Yeah. I mean, she's a very hard-working woman, and I think she's the best.
You are the best. That is saying it here. So on Love at Home, we say we are the best.
Yeah, the best.
Thank you. Now, Daddy, you mentioned football.
Oh, yes.
Which team?
Even if you ask Pastor Essien, she will tell you, Pastor Essien, yes. He will tell you I support Accra Folk. And then I'm also a board member of Accra Folk. Okay. And so I'm deeply into football.
Football, that's great.
Mean, I have a lot of fun memories about football. And I remember when we married initially, she used to fight me.
Because she was?
Yes, because I was going to the stadium. And when we were dating, and then she asked the question, so every Sunday you are going to the stadium. So when we marry, will you still go to the stadium? And as a very smart young man, I said, oh, it's because I'm alone. That is why
nice answer.
I go to the stadium. So yes, then when we married, then I was still going back. Do you remember that you told me it's because you are alone? That's why you go to the stadium. Now I'm with you. But you know, I think it took a bit of time. Then I started reducing it. But once in a while I still go to the stadium, but not as frequently as I used to do.
Well, once you're a board member, you need to show your patriotism.
That's it.
And it is important.
It's important because when you go to the board meetings, the chairman says, "Did you watch that game? Did you see how the player played?" And so, chairman, I didn't go.
Watch
then so sometimes you have to just go and then have some kind of reports to also give. And I support Chelsea.
The Blues.
The Blues.
Give it to me.
Yeah, the Blues. I mean, the best team in England.
Yeah, I understand. See, Tottenham disagrees. Tottenham, what is your view? Which football team do you support? Man City. So the red and the blue.
Yes.
That is why he's saying, Tottenham disagrees. No problem.
Well, we are all Blues.
Yeah.
That's all.
That is wonderful. You want which one? Tottenham. Okay. Now, I see that your children are different. I've not lived with them, but I see that they are different in terms of personality types. How do you manage them in terms of motivation, discipline, and all that? How do you go about it?
Yeah. Tottenham is, as you know, he's the outgoing type. Yeah. And it's like he's always causing something. So
he has no boundaries.
No.
Yeah.
I talk to him. He pretends he's not heard. Then I have to scream. Then sometimes, then he comes on board.
Okay.
And other times, he will not even mind you.
Yeah.
So there, I go in with some beatings.
Okay.
Yeah. Before he will come on board. And afterwards, when my heart is boiling, I don't talk to him. I ignore him, and that kills him. So I use it.
So you use that?
Yes.
That's
so
good.
Later on, then I call him and I tell him, "You did A, B, C. Is that right?" He said, "No." That's okay. So why did you do it? "Mommy, I'm sorry."
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's Satan.
Yes.
It's Satan.
Yes. Then he tell, "Mommy, I'll change."
Okay.
He always tell me I'll change, but he never changes.
Yeah. I know his type.
Yeah. And the girls, she used to be wild, but now she's calm.
Okay.
And she's the slow type. So when you ask her to do a task, it will take a long time. But this is a
Yeah.
She's like me. She's like me.
Okay.
So if I have a task that
you're in a hurry and
you need it, I'll call
her.
her. And she is slow, but she's perfect too.
Perfectionist.
Yes.
That's good.
So I use them depending on what
want.
I want. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I do, and I also fight them too.
Yeah.
And they advise me too. We chat. We are like sisters. I'll
great.
tell you, they are my sisters.
That's great.
But the discipline is there.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you when I travel, they enjoy Daddy more. I'll tell you I'm wild, and Daddy is okay. So, but you're my friends. So.
So after after correction, how do you bring them back to you?
Yes, I explain and talk to them that I don't hate you. I want you to be a great person in future, a disciplined person. So what you did, let's look at it. Is it right or wrong? Then they will see where they went wrong. Then they'll be like, "Mommy, we are sorry." Yeah.
Now, Elinam, what do you like so much about Daddy? Yeah, I'm not asking Mommy, I'm asking about Daddy.
Okay. Daddy, actually, that when you ask him for something, he'll give it to you. More than him.
Yes, tell me more.
Mom doesn't have money. My daddy will give it to you.
When you ask something from daddy, daddy will give it to you.
Yeah, depending on whether it's sensible or not.
Okay, oh, of course. Okay, so you are justifying it here now. All right.
Depending on whether it's sensible or not. Yeah, that's what I like about him. That's what I like about him.
Okay.
And also, he also knows how to, like, let me put it.
Does it beat you?
Pardon?
Does it beat you?
He has stopped.
He has stopped. He used to.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your reaction? How were you seeing him when he was beating you? Those times that he was beating you? You thought he was wicked or he was bad? So,
Yes.
so now what has changed?
Well, not that he's not beating me. Well, I see the reason why he used to beat me.
Okay.
Then sometimes I see him in a different way too.
Okay.
Then I also see him like now he's not bad to me again.
Okay.
Now he's better.
Now he's
good.
better. I see.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so give it to Makafui. What is your best interesting moment that you had with your family?
Well, we travel like every year. So like every year when we travel and we are like out of the house and we travel to, it's like we've traveled to most of the regions in Ghana. And like you're just in a room with your family, bonding, laughing with each other, teasing each other.
I like that aspect of teasing. So what would you be possibly be teasing on daddy?
Yes.
Like I didn't hear that.
His dancing skills.
Hey, daddy, you can dance too.
I'm the best dancer.
Hey, give it to daddy.
They are not good judges. They are not good judges at all.
Okay.
So that's yeah.
Oh, that is lovely. What about Etonam? What do you like so much about him?
Etonam. He's a good brother, but like sometimes he's not the best brother. Yeah. But all he's good.
He's good.
Yes.
He disturbs you
A lot.
a lot.
A lot.
He will stop. He's still growing, so he will stop. Now, Mommy, what about the issue of you have girls? At what stage would you want to start discussing sexual issues and sexual knowledge, menstruation and all that with them? Or you have started?
When Ali was 8 and she was 7, they came to me one day and asked me how I got pregnant with Etonam.
Okay.
So I told them, I'll tell them. And they told me that I should wait when Eto sleeps. Then I tell them, okay, else Eto will impregnate someone. Oh, can you imagine?
So they know something already.
Yeah, so they know something. So when Eto slept, I told them. But I just gave them the information per their age. So in menstruation and everything, I told them. So when I spoke about menstruation, they wanted to see. So I had to show them everything.
All right.
So when they started, they were not scared.
They were not scared.
Because they knew.
All right.
I've taught them what they should expect, what will happen and everything. So when it started, they were like, especially Makafui.
Yeah.
It happened in school, unfortunately for her. When I went to pick them, said, "Mommy, it don't happen." And once I was like, "Oh my baby!" She was excited.
Yeah. But I'm sure you were scared for her.
I was scared. That day I was like, "Oh my baby!" And throughout the night I was like, "Oh my baby, my baby!" But
all right,
she was cool about it.
Oh.
And now we talk I teach them a lot.
So Makafi, it don't happen.
It don't.
My lovely viewer, this is so interesting. I'm still with the family of the Esso, and then we are discussing, it's time with the family. We're discussing so many things, raising children, marriage, and everything. Let's go for a break. And when we come back, we continue with our discussion. Please do not leave the dial. We'll be right back. Thank you.
A perfect marriage is just two imperfect people who refuse to give up on each other. As we end the year, it is a great opportunity to rekindle the joy in your marriage. The One Garrison SDA Church invites you to the end of year couples dinner dubbed The Joy in Your Marriage. Date 2nd December 2023. Venue One Garrison SDA Church, Michelle Camp. Time 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Guest speakers Pastor Kenel P. N.K. Dodu and Pastor Emmanuel Dixon Kwakwa. Come and deepen the joy in your marriage with some great secrets. See you there.
Hooray! SDA Senior High School Aguna Ashanti 60 years. The Board of Governors, PTA, SDA Church, all students, staff, steering committee, and students have the greatest pleasure to invite you to this great day celebration team, Agasat 60, maintaining holistic education for leadership and nation building from the 7th to the 10th of December 2023. The 10th is the Grand Deba and then fundraising. Come, meet all students like Professor Kwejo Sebonsu, lecturer. The guest speaker for this celebration, Professor Dr. Daniel Bo, former Vice Chancellor, VVU, Kwejope Pram Prechum, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Andy Apia Kubi, Member of Parliament, Asante Achem North Constituency, Chairman, Honorable Kwame Osei Prempe, the CEO, Goyle. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Baumia, the Vice President of Ghana, Otumfo Seitu II, Asante Hine. Guest of honor, Nana Japa Ameyao, the second, Acting President, Aguna Traditional Council, Honorable Mavis Nkansa Buedu, Member of Parliament, Efija Setre East. Don't miss out. Tell a brother to tell another. See you there. Mapoma nyamieni kuye.
Hello, thank you so much for not leaving the dial. You are watching Love at Home on Hope TV, and I am here with the family of the Esso, and we are discussing so many things. It's been so fun and interesting. But I want to know from Mommy. Earlier on, Daddy said he's a trained or a chartered accountant. There is this notion with accounting profession. I hear they want to measure everything, maybe to know the rate of the investment return on everything that they are giving. So in quotes, they say they are stingy. How true is this?
For my husband, I won't say he's stingy because he's planned everything. Because every year, as Makafi said, every year we go on vacation, so family vacation. So some of the money has to be
allotted, saved for it.
For that. So I won't say he's that stingy.
Okay.
It's cool.
Okay.
It's okay.
So he's not a type of husband who will say, I am buying that, so you to buy that, or why are you? No. He's not that type. No. Okay. Now so, that all right.
So he gives me housekeeping money. I top up.
Okay. You top up.
Yes.
Hey, you a woman, you top up.
Yes.
Hey, my beautiful ladies, women, please come and listen.
The
woman
salary.
says, oh, he's receiving salary. So you see, it is not only the men who should support the home. It is both. The woman says he tops up. So please, try to do something at home if you are working. Now, how do you manage your finances, Daddy?
Yeah, so as for, in fact, even if my laptop is, you see my Excel. Yeah, I'm an accountant, so the receipt and then payments is always there for me.
It must balance.
It must balance. And so, like I used to, I mean, when I do investment education, what I tell people is that any money that you get, just, even if it's cash, put it in your bank account for at least 2 or 3 days. Because, you know, money is said that when you get it, if you're not very careful, your first expenditure will be based on intuition.
Very true.
Intuition. But if you like, just research it for yourself. When you get money, the thoughts that come into your mind, the things that money says you should use it to do. If you put that money down for about 3-4 days, you will never do any of those things.
Very
those
true.
5 things, you never do it. So that's what, I mean, that's my training. And personally, that's what I also do, I'm used to. So every now and then I have my expenditures, what I will use the money for, and then how I dispense anything that I will do. So like she's telling you, yeah, that is very true. That is why, I mean, even if it's a, we are in a difficult situation, I mean, for me, it's not so easy for me or difficult for me to also cut down my expenditure. I mean, even though it could be very important, so far as it is not life and death, you just cut it off and concentrate on what is proper, what is very needy at that time. So, yes, I have an Excel, have my expenditure all the time. And then, like she said, I give her housekeeping money, but she also top up a lot. I mean, sometimes she buys in bulk for the whole month. She will shop for the whole month. And other time I said, but these things are too plenty. You can buy some, but I understand the psychology also. You buy in bulk for the month, and you know that even if there's no money, there's something there for you to
fall on. Once
to
you have
fall
a
on.
family.
I mean, once you have oil, you have rice, especially oil and rice. Even if an egg, if there's nothing at all in the house, we can do a wamu and we'll be fine. So we don't hassle about anything. And then there's the project that we are doing also. The money that needs to do projects, it also going to the project. So sometimes it should be that I will joke that it's
true.
And that's why you have to be going for vacation, etc. and etc. Yeah. So yeah, there is serious planning that we do.
So did you discuss this before you got married? That we are going to give birth 3 children. This is the family, the financial plan we are going to use, or it came as and when you were raising your family?
No, yeah. Initially, when we went for counseling, I told the counselor I wanted 20 children with 1 accident.
With which energy were you going to use to do that?
I didn't know. After having the first one, I changed my mind.
Oh.
And my husband was like, no, we are going
for the 20. You still have 19 to go.
Yeah, so we didn't discuss.
I mean, we discussed, in fact, we came down to 4.
4, yes.
Okay. We came down to finally to 4 because we knew 20 was out of the way anyway. So we finally came down to 4. Even the 4 crowd go. The 4th one is still not come yet. So
maybe it will come.
No, at this time it will not come again.
That's interesting.
And so we didn't as for childbirth, maybe we spoke about it briefly at 4. When it came to the finances, I think if I remember, the only thing that we raised was whether we'll keep our money together in the same bank account. And then we decided that no, we should just keep it. I mean, I am not going to fall on their money anyway. I mean, so I used to tell her that, okay, all those money is for me, but the one that comes into her bank account is for her. Then I top it up. So we didn't, when it comes to finances, I think that's one thing I like about my wife. She doesn't hassle you over money. You know, she will never hassle you over money. If she doesn't have it, she'll tell you, minibi, and then they minibi you. Then, of course, even after I've given her, she doesn't have to ask. But she will not worry you with any money, today that, today this. Sometimes it's me who will see that she's done a beautiful hair, then I want to pay for it. Then I will do that. So that's one thing. In fact, especially, maybe we'll talk about our difficult moments, and then when we get to the difficult moment, maybe I would like to share that story.
Yeah, story about that. You want to add something to what Daddy said, or you're okay? Yeah, okay. All right. Now, share with me the most toughest, I mean, the difficult times you've had.
Okay. One of the most difficult moments I've had is when my grandmother died.
Oh. How old were you?
14.
14.
Yes.
Now you
this
year. Okay.
She died this year.
Oh. You loved her so much.
Yes. But she was old and she was so like sick.
Okay.
So the
She
thing
was
is,
suffering.
yes. So if she continues to stay here, she'll be
She'll be suffering more.
yes.
It's better she goes to sleep.
Yes.
Oh, so sorry. But how did you manage that situation for her?
Yeah.
Because death is
was
not
my
easy
mother.
for anybody.
That was my mother. When I'm traveling, she takes care of them and all that. So she was like a second mom to them. So I had traveled when it happened.
Oh.
So they called and asked me whether I've heard about it. And I said, yes. Mommy, are you crying?
Ah.
And I said, no.
Okay.
Then I asked them, did you see she was suffering? He said, yes. And I said, yes, she's in a better place.
Okay.
Even though I was crying, but...
yeah, you needed to encourage them.
So that encouraged them. So when I came back, we discussed, and you know, they will cry, especially
Makafui, yeah.
Makafui will be crying. I said, Maki, don't cry. So I never cried in their presence.
Yet you were crying.
Yes.
That is good. So I like that technique. Now, Makafui, what about you?
It really affected me.
The same, your grandmother's issue?
Yes.
Okay.
It really, really affected me. Like when mommy had traveled, anytime, like she calls, then you can see that I'm crying. Like I feel very hurt. Like I stopped eating. I didn't eat well. I wasn't sleeping well. Like I was traumatized. Like it has never happened to me before. So I didn't know like what to do.
I understand, my dear.
Yeah. So it really, really affected me.
That is no joke for anybody. Sorry. But so now, how have you been able to come off from that situation?
Oh, now I'm okay. Like it happened months ago. So like now I'm okay.
You've come to terms with it.
Yes.
That is part of life.
Yes.
Okay. It will be well, okay? I can see you loved your grandmommy so much. But now she's resting. It will be fine. Now, Daddy, what about you? Oh, you, why? That's all. Share with me. What about you?
You know, it's the same situation.
Okay.
Like that night, when I heard about the news, I cried myself to sleep. So, so that I will not think about it too much.
Oh.
So the following evening, then my tears started pouring.
Oh. What about school? Did it affect you in any way?
No, we are on vacation.
At that time you were on vacation. Okay. Okay. But now you are okay.
Yes.
Okay. You'll be fine, okay?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you'll be fine. Now, Daddy, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, let me just add to what they said. I remember, I think she passed on March 4th, March 6th. I was even coming from Sunyani, and then I was called. So I have to do some rounds, and then we saw that she's gone. But then my wife has traveled. I also traveled to Sunyani, so I came that day, and they were staying with a friend. So I went to pick them from the friend, and then I broke the news. In fact, in the car, if you saw the weeping that went on in the car, it was not an easy thing. I mean, the news really hit all of us. My mama was a very wonderful woman. When Elinam was a kid, and then we have to go to work after the maternity leave, we leave her with her. Makafui, we lived her with her. Etonam, we leave her. Even at the time that maybe when my wife is also busy at the work, she can't go and pick them from school. Mama will go to the school to bring them to the house. So they were very close to her. So I mean, it was no wonder that when the news broke, or I broke the news to them, the way they wept. I mean, I understood, and I allowed them to weep as much as they can weep. I just allowed them to weep as much as. I mean, it's one of the events that hit all of us very hard. But the one that hit me, and then maybe also affected the family, was when, let me see, when I lost my job. That was 2018, during the banking sector cleanup. I used to work with Beach Capital Asset Management, and then because of the regulatory issues, then they have to resolve that company, meaning that they have to close down that company.
Yeah.
So I stayed home almost more than 2 years.
Wow.
I stayed home more than 2 years, and those were the period that I really believed that God was in control.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I joke with my wife and say, so did the kids even realize that I was not working?
Not working?
Yeah, and that is why I have to give it to her. Because food was still at home, even though I used to get money one way or the other from friends, from family, from others. I mean, it was not as regular as we have. And then it's something that I will not wish that it happens to anybody.
Yeah.
It should
it's
never
an
happen
thing.
to. It's never pleasant.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen to anything. And at that moment also was when I set up a company with a friend, and then there were a whole lot of issues. I mean, and I have to just back out of that company. And when I look at it from an angle that I lost my job, this is what we set up together as friends, and then because of one or two issues that doesn't make any meaning anyway, then we have to depart, and then he has to take over the company. It was also very difficult moment. I mean, those was a time you will see me working, but
you are not working.
I'm not working. Yeah, but God is good. Let me say that God is very, very good. That is why it's become important that the value of understanding God. That's why I want my children to understand God, not only to love Him or to fear Him, but to understand Him.
Yeah.
Because there are certain situations that you will go through. If you don't understand God, you will take certain decisions that will be very, very inimical, that will be very unhelpful, detrimental to you. So that's why that value is very important. And I have come to understand God. From that low moment, I mean, I'm happy where I am now. I am so very happy.
Glory.
The family is happy. Anytime around 9 p.m. when they are asleep and me and my wife, we are talking, and then we tease ourselves more, we tickle ourselves and laugh more. So, and I mean, one thing I like about her, during those times, she would tell me, I'm an elder. I mean, that thing keeps on clicking me. She would tell me, you cry, you're an elder, but you don't even have faith. Because it was difficult moments.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
So then I start have to think about why is she saying me need GDA? But she knows what I was going through.
We thank God for giving the special gift to you.
Thank you very much.
That in your trying moments, she was there to support you.
And it was a time that she would never even ask you money. She would never even
Mama,
ask you
God
money.
Bless you.
She would never
God
ask
bless you.
money.
My time is up. I wish we could go on and on and on and on. But what is your final advice to you, to young women and mothers today who are working and also raising children? Just in a second.
Yeah. I would say, I have one thing to say. When you have challenges in your marriage, people will tell you there's no challenge in marriage. They are lying. So don't look at someone outside and judge your home. You may be better than that person. So raising you say, oh, you see the children dressed well. You see how this man is giving wife money to. But sometimes you too, you have to do something.
Yeah.
Yes. So don't listen to people. Oh, Mema warrior, it's a lie. If it nearly affected me. First few years in our marriage. When we started that small things, I was like, hey, what's happening?
Okay.
But no, it's normal.
It's normal.
That one too shall pass.
That is true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, the family will sing for us. Our time is up. What hymn or is a
hymn 8?
We'll sing hymn.
Hymn, okay.
Hymn 8.
Okay. As they prepare to sing, you use the time to wrap up and sign off. I want to thank the family of the Esso for coming to join us on Love at Home, and they've shared lots of experience to us. I have learnt a lot, and I'm sure you too have learnt a lot. Please, let's take some of these lessons to educate ourselves, our children, so that we all prepare ourselves to meet Christ in His soon return. Thank you for watching Love at Home, and thank you. Yes, hymn number
8.
Okay.
We gather together.
Okay. Who is giving the tune?
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing.
Go.
We gather together to ask the Lord's blessing. He chastens and hastens His will to make known. The wicked oppressing now ceases from distressing. Sing praises to His name. He forgets not His own.
He forgets not His own. Thank you so much.
We are grateful.
Elinam, Etonam, Makafui, I love your names. Mommy, Daddy, God bless you so much. And to you out there, I've enjoyed you. Same time next week, you come into your homes again. The program has been Love at Home. I am Efia Sewa Mansa. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.